Today, we're diving into one of history's most haunting, unanswered questions. It's a story many of us think we know, centered around a diary that honestly changed the world. Just imagine this. For 761 days, 8 people lived in complete silence, hiding away in a secret annex, just clinging to the hope that the world outside would one day be safe again. So for over 2 years, they built this fragile world of routine and quiet survival. But as you can imagine, that incredibly tense, hidden life was about to come to a sudden end. Because a single moment of betrayal was all it took to just shatter everything they had fought so hard to hold on to. Okay, so to really get to the heart of this mystery, we have to go back to that one fateful day, August 4th, 1944. For Anne Frank and everyone else in the annex, that morning probably started just like any other. But that routine, it was just violently broken. The sound of boots on the stairs, officers storming the rooms, and just like that, their quiet, hidden world was suddenly brutally exposed. I mean, 1 minute they're writing, whispering, just living. The next, they're prisoners. And this total chaos left behind a question that has puzzled historians for, well, over 75 years now. Who gave them away? You see, the deepest wound of this whole event wasn't even the capture itself. It's the painful, lingering mystery of why it even happened. So over the decades, the search for an answer has led investigators down a whole bunch of different paths, and it's created a list of primary suspects and theories. Now, the investigation has always been incredibly difficult. I mean, you have the chaos of the post-war years, records were lost or destroyed, it's a mess. Still, a few possibilities have surfaced. Some people suspect it was warehouse workers who might have heard noises from above. Others believe it was an anonymous tip from someone just looking for a reward. A few specific names have also been investigated, like a Dutch informer named Anton Allers, and more recently, a cold case team pointed to a Jewish notary, Arnold Vandenberg. But, and this is super important to note, that theory is highly, highly contested among scholars. So even decades later, there's just no clear answer. But maybe the real tragedy here isn't just about who was responsible. To really feel the weight of this story, we have to look at the human element. Just think about this for a second. On one side, you have 2 years of incredible sacrifice, 2 years of silence, of discipline, and you have the helpers who risked their own lives every single day. And on the other side, a single act of betrayal. Maybe it was motivated by fear or greed or just pure malice, but whatever it was enough to undo everything in an instant. And that brings us to what might be the ultimate tragedy of the story, the timing. The when of this betrayal is almost as devastating as the who. Okay, look at this timeline. The annex was raided in August of 1944, but just weeks later, starting in September, Allied forces began the liberation of the Netherlands. They were so close. It's just heartbreaking. Just think about that. If they had remained hidden for just a few more weeks, their story might have had a completely different ending. Anne Frank could have actually survived. She could have become the writer she always dreamed of being in a world that was finally free. This story of the annex betrayal, it really stands as one of history's most painful reminders of a simple but devastating truth. As the material we're looking at concludes, sometimes entire futures can be destroyed by a single whisper.